If you're looking for something exciting, this probably isn't the car. But if you want something that's comfortable, spacious, and genuinely cheap to run day to day, then this might be the car for you. So this is the Seat Leon Estate with a 1.5 ETSI engine and this decent DSG gearbox. And as mentioned, it's designed to be practical, efficient, and easy to live with, especially if you like doing a lot of miles. And it aims to be a practical estate with loads of space and, as mentioned, a lot of miles. But is it going to be a deal breaker being this low to the ground, or is it the ultimate car for daily driving? Let's find out. So a daily driver, it's all about ease of use. And sure, this is an estate, so it's lower to the ground than an SUV, because most people would assume that the perfect daily would be an SUV. But being brutally honest, I don't have too many issues with it. If I was 30 years older, touching on 60, maybe I just might prefer having a car that's slightly higher. But in all honesty, I haven't had any issues personally, and the seats, although they are quite sporty, they're nothing like a bucket seat, so there's no real hedge to get over to get in. You just slip in and away you go. And although these seats are heated, they're also manual seats, meaning there's no fancy trickery beneath your bottom, so it can go a bit lower. And you also have a manual lumbar adjustment lever, which is quite old-fashioned, but it does the job. Again, simplicity. That's what the S on this steering wheel should stand for. And that simplicity is throughout the cabin. You've got this pan roof, which is great, easy to operate. Flick it to put the blind up, flick it that way to open it up, and vice versa to shut it. And everything is where you need it. Also, the steering wheel, most people don't really notice it, but when you do get in a lot of these new cars, there is quite a lot going on. You've got everything you need. You've got your cruise control, which isn't adaptive, but not a deal breaker for someone like me. And then you've got all of your infotainment controls on the right. And of course, the heated steering wheel button, which is just here as well. So, as I said, S for simplicity. So I've lifted this car for quite a while, and something I must say is that when it comes to cruising, most of these smaller engines, that's anything 1.6 or 1.5 and below, tend to sound very strained. With this being the 1.5 ETSI paired with the DSG gearbox, in all honesty, it doesn't feel strained at all. It might feel a bit underpowered because, again, it doesn't aim to be a sporty estate you can throw around the lanes. It just aims to be an efficient day-to-day commuter car. And it does that. It's super quiet when cruising, the gearbox is buttery smooth, and as mentioned, everything you need is within reach. And sure, when we put things into performance and go into manual mode and rev things out a bit, when you get to around 5,000 RPM, you can kind of feel the engine run out of puff, which is expected. But what you also hear is an engine saying, please change up. There is no point going any higher because I've got nothing more to give. So the DSG gearbox needs no introduction, but this has got a 7-speed DSG, and what I love about it is just how smooth it is. Sure, it's not going to be as fast as a Porsche PDK, but this isn't a sports car. This is a daily commuter or daily motorway muncher. And what I will say is, it's never been lazy, it's never been numb, it's never been silly. If I put my foot down, we're probably in about 5th gear now, doing 30 miles an hour, foot down, it kicks down a few gears and off it goes. It doesn't think up here or there or there, it just knows what to do. And if you want to flick it down again, it goes into sports mode, keeps the revs higher, keeps a lower gear, so that way you're always on boost, and a squeeze of the throttle and away it goes. But like I said, it's there if you really need it to do that overtake, but it would be a waste because you just get rid of the miles that you're doing. And having 50 mpg on tap all the time is actually quite fun. You watch your dials over here, and as soon as it goes below, put it in eco, coast, and it goes right back up there. And in terms of drive profiles, we have 4. We've got Eco, Comfort, Performance, and Individual. This, as mentioned, doesn't have the dynamic chassis control that you find in other Volkswagen Audi Group cars. It just has passive dampers, and sure, it might be a tad firm, but in no way is it uncomfortable. 4 people can get in this car, no issues. It doesn't feel slammed to the ground. It doesn't creak or crash over bumps. It's just a usable day-to-day car. And quite frankly, I leave it in comfort and I'm happy. But where I have seen most of my high MPG is in eco. The only downside of eco is that the throttle becomes a bit more subdued, and if you are in a pickle and need to overtake quickly, you're gonna have to push past that button to have that power just kick in before you overtake, as opposed to being in comfort where it only needs a little squeeze and you're off at the races. So let's just touch on its main features. It's an estate, so why do you want an estate over the hatch? You want a bit more cabin space and a lot more boot space. And again, with the seats folded flat, you could put a 6'4" person in there. I don't think there'd be any issues putting in somebody of that height, or if you do use this car for how it's intended, throwing in long luggage, putting the bikes in, throwing the suitcases in, you name it, it can do it. It is humongous in the back, and of course you have got this roller blind style boot cover, so if you do like that privacy, that is an option there as well. But overall, it's very Volkswagen Audi group in the sense that the boot sizes are always 10 out of 10. And would I say that there is space in the back? Yes, I've got my daughter's car seat behind me, and I've had my father-in-law in the front, and I've managed to have my mother-in-law just behind him, who isn't the tallest person in the world, but she's had no issues and she hasn't had any complaints. But that's probably because it's Christmas and I'm giving her plenty of like colouring to do and fixing her iPad, and yeah, just being a 10 out of 10 son-in-law. Not forgetting you, Terry. Love you, granddad kids. So would I go as far as saying this could be the one car for the whole household? Yes, it's not humongous, so anyone can drive it. Your son could drive it if he's old enough. Your wife could drive it. It's not huge. She ain't got to worry about parking or anything like that. Not say women can't park, but you know what I'm trying to say. This covers all angles. So would I say it's the one car? Yes. It doesn't offer loads in terms of performance, but if you wanted performance, you probably want to move over to, I don't know, the Cupra Leon estate, which has that 2-litre Golf R engine, and have some fun in that. But if you care more about having that 500 mile per tank or the 50 mpg on a long commute, this is the one. And would I also say it's better than an SUV? Personally, yes. Sure, an SUV is great. You get that great driving position and you feel like you own the road, but those SUVs sometimes are a bit bulky when it comes to parking, and sometimes the visibility isn't the greatest when you are taking corners. You don't know where the curb is because you're sat so high. I like this. This has got that hatchback feel from the Leon hatch with just the more practical boot, and is more practical day to day. So what would be more important to me, having high MPG or having a higher ride height? If you're actually using the smart part of your brain, it's got to be the MPG. Save the money by not being in a fuel station all the time, and literally spend that money on your wife and kids, and just become husband or father of the year. It's entirely up to you. Or if you are a single person who just enjoys your own company, spend more money on your house, go out more, buy more, eat more. Like, it's Christmas, or it was Christmas. I'm filming this just after Christmas, so I've still got chocolate and mince pies on the mind. And if you're watching this and you're somebody who has maybe back issues or leg issues, then I'd probably say this isn't the car for you. As mentioned, it is based on a hatchback, so it is quite low to the ground, and getting in and out, sure, you could get used to it, but I'm not sure whether you'd want to do that all the time, especially if you're in a rush. You don't want to pull your hamstring getting into your car because your boss might not believe that excuse. So would I go ahead and buy this car, or would I just shortlist it if I was looking for a car? For me, the MPG alone would mean I'd go ahead and buy it. Sure, it doesn't have adaptive cruise control, but other than that, and of course an electric boot, those are just creature comforts. I don't really feel they're a deal breaker. For me, I'd go out there and buy this car. It's affordable, it's simple, there's no real cheapness to the car. You've got, on this spec anyway, quite a lot of leather on this car. Everything feels well put together. Yeah, press the button and enjoy it. And if you are interested in this car, it's graphene grey, in case I haven't touched on the colour. For me, this combo alone with the LED lights on the front and the rear does make you look like the coolest dad in the car park, until somebody rocks up driving like £100,000 car. And if that is you, don't do that. Don't drive to school in a £100,000 car. You make the rest of the dads look weak, yeah? Don't do that. That's not fair. And talking of fairness, if you have enjoyed this video, please smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see all of your beautiful faces in the next one. Happy New Year, and I'll see you soon.